Let's start out with this because everybody's been talking about it. So, Tua Tagovailoa, a whole lot has happened. So, injured Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa in good spirits after leaving the hospital. So, everybody knows he had that first little run-in where he was wobbly on the field. In what game? Was that against the Bills?
Yep.
In week 3?
Yep.
And now here in the first game of week 4, the Thursday night football, he gets slammed down pretty hard, starts to instantly seize up, and it heads to the hospital. And there's a lot of controversy under whether he should even have been suited up at all in this Thursday night football game, whether he should have ever come back in the Bills game. And it kind of seems like the NFL and the Dolphins organization were just hoping that the star quarterback will play and get us ticket sales, and who cares about his health. That's how it looks in hindsight. You know, if he was walking it off and was just fine, we wouldn't be saying anything, but it's really hard as a spectator to see him clearly distressed and wobbling and not where he's supposed to be mentally. And then you just throw him back in the game.
Right.
His shit was weird.
Especially a game. It's not a Sunday to Sunday. It was a Sunday to Thursday. So
yeah,
like,
oh, that's so true. They got the short week.
Yeah, so that makes it even worse.
They only gave him like 3 days to rest up, and they threw him back in.
Yeah.
They really wanted their wins, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the coach was interviewed, and obviously he really seemed sincere in what he said, and said he would never want that ever to happen. You know, no one would ever want that to happen, but it's so hard to, because you know Tua was all about going in. So that's what's the hardest part, I think. You look at him, and I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he was one of the announcers after the game, and he was like, I was talking to him yesterday, and he was perfectly fine, ready to go. But you gotta look at hindsight too, and is it really worth it? Especially, it's not even a Sunday to Sunday, it's a Sunday to Thursday. It's like 5 days, and you throw him right back in there. So I got a little tweet pulled up of
this doctor.
What a doctor said, and
so listen, this is a Twitter doctor, all right? So let's not suck this guy's cock too hard. But this is an actual neuroscientist, and he was saying if Tua takes the field tonight, it's a massive step back for concussion care in the NFL. If he has a second concussion that destroys his season or career, everyone involved will be sued and should lose their jobs, coaches included. We all saw it. Even they must know that this isn't right. He's basically talking about after the first concussion, there is a good body of research that says after a first concussion, you have to wait a significant, you never should get another concussion.
Right.
But at least if you wait a significant amount of time after it, it significantly decreases the long-term effects on your health. So it's like, hey, if this guy's concussed or maybe even concussed, pull him the fuck out of there. Don't let him play for at least a week or 2 weeks. And they throw him right back in the ringer. And then here's his follow-up tweet. You know, this guy was just so excited to see this happen. He got to say, I'm right. This is a disaster. Pray for Tua. Fire the medical staffs and coaches. I predicted this, and I hate that I am right. Okay, fair enough. 2 concussions in 5 days can kill someone. This can end careers. How are we so stupid in 2022? I feel like that's how everyone feels.
yeah.
It really is. It's so hard to see him wobble. I think the wobble in the week 3 game is like, what are you trying to do here? Like, it's clear that he was concussed. There is no other injury that's going to make somebody do that, you know?
Yeah, Skip, I watched a little interview with him, and he kind of explained it too, that it made me think, because I've had, you know, they were saying back spasms, and I've had my back, whatever, spasm or tweak, and it happened in school, and I like bent over, and I like couldn't move from that. And when Tua fell down,
you were bent over and you just couldn't move?
Yeah, I got stuck in the washer and I couldn't get out.
You're lucky I wasn't around.
I don't know.
You were getting penetrated, respectfully. What were you gonna do? You couldn't even move.
Yeah, dude.
Game over.
I needed to call Step Bro.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Go on.
But it made me think, like, Tua, he fell to the ground and he got right back up so fast. And then he back spasmed, whatever, fell again and was right back up on his feet. In my head, that is not a back spasm. You're not just going to jump right back up.
Right. Like the people saying back spasms were people who just want to win a football game and they don't care about the long-term health of their quarterback.
And, you know, neither of us are doctors, so it's hard to say. But just looking at it, and he, you know, usually your first instinct when you get hurt is you reach for the area that is affected. You see him grabbing his helmet as soon as he gets up.
That's a really good point,
You
too.
say he maybe is adjusting his helmet. There's not at one point did he like go like this or anything. It was he grabbed his head like multiple times. So
I agree. Yeah, I think this is like the most perfect example of hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
How many times do NFL players get rocked? Looks like a concussion, and then we never ever talk about it ever again.
Exactly. It is
because nothing happens. But all of a sudden, the Dolphins have all this spotlight on him. It's your star quarterback. He's 3-0. He's proven all the haters wrong, and now this happens. you know, whatever, game after game. So
that's what's so crazy about it is it's like if it really wasn't a concussion the first time, what are the odds that this happened the second time?
I don't think last week had anything to do with it. That hit was nasty by itself. Well, it's not that last week had anything to do with this hit. It's that getting multiple concussions in a short period of time has been proven to be absolutely horrible for your long-term health. So if this hit was his first concussion, even if he seized up or whatever, it's basically how bad it is magnified because he had a concussion 4 days ago.
Yeah. So this is the gross motor instability that they were talking about, and pretty much saying if you show any signs of, I mean, you can just read it right here.
So this is how someone becomes a no-go in the NFL. Yes. There's gross motor instability identified in the judgment of the club medical staff in consultation with the sideline UNC, who observe. I believe that's a nurse something. I don't know. I don't know the exact abbreviation, but something, it's a nurse who observe the player's behavior, have access to the player's relevant history, and are able to rule out an orthopedic cause for any observed instability. That's like obviously what happened in Sunday. That's obviously what happened in Sunday. I think the problem is all this does is it makes it so the player cannot return to participation on the same day under any circumstance, right? Yeah. So what this is really saying is in the Bills game, he never should have came back in.
Yeah.
We all can agree on that. But what happens in the Thursday game, that's up to two in the organization.
Yeah.
You know?
And like you said, would he have came back in if they were playing the Jets and it was 35-7?
I don't think he would have came back in.
It's like
you might not have been in
the spotlight's on the Dolphins. They're doing so good the offense is clicking. They're playing probably the best team in the NFL. If they're not the best team, the Bills. So it's like, you know, there's got to be a little bit of a push from maybe his teammates or someone like, dude, come on, bro. Like in his head too, he's like, I got to get back out there.
100%.
So
yeah, it is really sad. I'm sorry, Tua.
Yeah,
well, prayers up for Tua.